Hey guys, King of Trimaster here, today your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you a budget team featuring triple flyers. This is Talonflame, Noctowl, and Staraptor. All three of these mons only take 10k dust to second move, and it's if you really want to compete or if you don't want to take a break in Catch Cup, you can use this team, and this team actually works really well. If you have a good energy management, it can do well against a lot of picks here. I will lose the lead a lot in this game on the games you see in the shoutcast, but they can still come out with a W if you have a little bit of awareness, and it's really cheap. For 30 grand plus powering up, in some sense, you should get your Stardust back for a week if you play all your sets. Hopefully you do, and you're gonna have some fun. Well, hopefully you have some fun. If you're not having fun when you play Pokemon Go PvP, take a break or then play it whenever you feel like it's available. But yes, if you want to compete in the Catch Cup, this team is cheap and can help you out and give you some dubs. But before we get started with these battles with Triple Flyer, budget team, I have my mental health tip, my therapist mental health tip of the day. And that mental health tip for today is going to be, make sure y'all eat something. So, I compete in Jiu-Jitsu. I also compete in combat sports. I might fight in Muay Thai. It depends. I really want to, but the pandemic kind of screws a lot of things up. But for us, one of the disciplines or one of the requirements, if you want to fight competitively, you have to make weights, and you have to get really disciplined, because if you don't eat, here's the thing, mental health tip of the day basically is to make sure you eat, make sure you get plenty of calories in food. Not overeating. Yes, you can overeat and indulge once in a while, as in like a cheat meal, but you want to eat so that you have energy. Yes, I cut weight, etc. I don't take a lot of water or a lot of food in daily, but I'm used to that. I can do it because I've been doing weight manipulation for years. So I have plenty of energy. I'm fine. However, for most of you that aren't as crazy as I am or don't have a reason to do this because you don't like to fight and anything like that, make sure you do happen to get those calories, because the reason why is because like anxiety, depression, a lot of mental health illnesses can actually manifest if you are hungry and thirsty. If you don't drink it, I don't say drink water, not just because of the fact it's like my living mean, because I have this huge jug of water that I carry when I stream, as you see right here. It is full of legal substances, I swear. But yes, this is very valuable because drinking water, it keeps you from having anxious and depressive symptoms, because that's what happens when you're thirsty and you're just out of energy. You can also get a lot of headaches, and a lot of physical things can come out, as well as mental ailments. So make sure you eat plenty of food, drink some water, and make sure you have a balanced diet. Unless you're like me and you really want to eat dinner, but you have to time everything and stay really disciplined so that you can make weight for goals. But yes, get some food out there. I absolutely love food. I've traveled to multiple different countries and I love bubble tea. But yeah, if you didn't eat anything today, go out there, go ahead and get some food, because if you are feeling anxious and depressed right now, it might just be what you need to alleviate those symptoms for the moment. If you have a long-term thing and you've been depressed for 2 weeks or more, you might want to go see a mental health professional. Not me, I can't be your therapist, but I am a therapist. So yes, there's my recommendation. There's my therapist mental health tip for the day. Without further ado, this video features a triple flyer team with budget, because all three of these mons only cost 10k dust for a second move. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. So like I mentioned in the intro, you kind of need a little bit of energy management and a little bit of creativity if you're going to win with this team. It does feature 3 mons that again are below 10k. As you see, we lose the lead off the bat against a Golduck, and we're going to swap into Noctowl. Noctowl will be your main safe switch for most reasons. You're either going to use Noctowl to try to break as many shields as you can and then set up for either Talonflame or for our Staraptor to sweep. So that's what you're going to do. But the good thing is that the reason why Noctowl also is a very good safe switch is because it's super bulky. It's able to take a couple of charms here, and we're able to grab the shield. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send in our Talonflame, and Talonflame is going to farm as much energy as possible. We need a lot of energy for that Golduck, so we can Brave Bird and take the second shield, and maybe Staraptor with shields can take out the rest of this team. We're going to be able to take out the Wigglytuff. We have a bunch of energy here, and we are going to Brave Bird. Fire Spin Talonflame, even if you don't have Incinerate, it can still work really well. We should break the second shield. Our opponent just eats the Brave Bird off the bat. Why would you do that, sir? Now we have a Staraptor with 2 shields, which actually works great for us because now what we're going to be able to do is we should be able to get to do close combats, double up against this Magmar, and then we should be able to hit out for the GG. I have no idea why I did not shield that Brave Bird though, because I'm like, there's no reason to bait in that scenario. Yeah, there really is no reason to bait. Break the shields, go down 2, and then double close combat for the win would have been their play. This close combat should take it out, but we would have been able to take out the Golduck with 2 close combats back to back anyway. So all we're gonna do, as you see, get the back to back, and then this close combat will KO, and that's GG's. Birds are mighty. Birds are good. We had a conversation on KFC in the comments, and you know what? Chicken is really good. I love chicken. Chicken is, yeah, I like making my own chicken. So what I do is I make buttermilk drumsticks, and then I'll put in my air fryer, and then it's absolutely amazing. I haven't had chicken in a minute though. Also, for those of you that are of the Filipino or do know, Jollibee is absolutely amazing, and I love Jollibee. Jollibee's good. What I don't love is the fact that we lose this lead against the Zangoose hard as heck. Zangoose does have Night Slash, and at the same time, it's going to be able to outpace us because we have Fire Spin with Talonflame. So what we're going to do here is we're going to eat a close combat or a Night Slash, and that's a close combat. Talonflame's able to eat 1, but we definitely can't eat 2. I'm going to fire off this Flame Charge, and then we're going to dip. Our opponent we grab a shield, and then our opponent elects to switch out, and then we get a Wigglytuff. Where have we seen this before? Oh, that's right, the last freaking game. So all we're going to do is we're going to get as much energy as we can, or break as many shields as we can, take out this Wigglytuff, and do the exact same thing we did last game. Except this time our opponent likes to double shield, and I'm like, why? Why would you double shield? They're going to fire off an Ice Beam here, but we're going to shield this, and we're going to be able to get to a move. Obviously, Shadow Ball is resisted, so what we're going to do here is we go into Sky Attack for the W. We go for the Sky Attack, we manage to get to us. Unfortunately, this will not KO. Our Talonflame's really hurt from that close combat from Zangoose, so I'm not healthy right now, you know what I mean? I gotta go visit the Pokemon Center, I gotta call my health insurance, I gotta say, yo, you know what, Nurse Joy, I have my birds, can you take them to the Pokemon Center, please, and thank you? Imagine if you charge for if there's a Pokemon Center, and you had to charge to heal your Pokemon. That's too much. And we get a Piloswine, and I'm like, wait, what the heck? And I'm like, oh my god, so I'm gonna fire the close combat right away. We wanna keep our shield for our Zangoose, and because normal double resist Ghost, we should be able to get to another close combat here despite being -2 because of the debuff from close combat. We should be able to shield this, whatever it is, close combat, Night Slash, and then we can close combat for the W. And that's GG's. But dang, this battle's nuts. A good part about Staraptor and Noctowl, if you do happen to see something with a ghost type move, they have a really, really strong matchup. Especially against one of the future battles that I shall cast here. And it's pretty nuts at how you got one of those, but I'm not going to ask questions, you know what I mean? So anyways, speaking of questions, are y'all excited? You know, AOT didn't release on anime lately, and it makes me really sad because I really want the next episode of anime, and we get another freaking Zangoose, and my brain is like, where are y'all getting these Zangooses from? I think they spawn in the wild somewhere, but someone correct me in the comments. Where the heck are y'all getting all these Zangooses? Especially Dedenne. Now, this is terrible because Dedenne beats our entire team. This is like the worst outcome we can get. So how the heck do I win this? I Flame Charge down. I will swap my Talonflame. I'm going to send in Staraptor for the purpose of the fact that Dedenne has energy and I need to break more shields. Discharge is going to go off. We're going to need a double commit here, and then I'm going to have to take out this Dedenne. We go for the close combat. I know this is resisted, but no matter what we do, we're going to get resisted, and Brave Bird takes more energy. We fire off the close combat, and then as you see, Go Battle decides to take our soul, but that's able to take out the Dedenne. I'm like, dang, that did a lot of damage. Hopefully we can get to another one or a Brave Bird, and we managed to get to the Brave Bird. Our opponent ideally should shield this. I don't know if they will, but if they don't, it's going to do huge amounts of damage. We literally put this Hypno in the red, and now we have a win condition because our opponent is not shielding anything. We have a Talonflame. We also have our Noctowl. I'm going to send in Talonflame in hopes that they blow their energy, but they're smart, they don't. So we're going to send in Noctowl, and then I'm not going to shield anything here. We're gonna need that shield for whatever's in the back, and they happen to fire Shadow Ball, which is great because they auto-fired Shadow Ball not knowing what was in the back. This should be game. All we have to do is just double up on Sky Attack and break both shields. I will not shield the first one. Ideally, if we call the bait, that Night Slash, and we do, if our opponent had a close combat, or if they close combat up, that basically would have been the win condition, because close combat does big damage. But in this instance, we're able to double up. We're going to call this second bait here. We're going to be able to fire off this Sky Attack, and that's GG's. Night Slash goes off, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I should be able to get to the second Sky Attack, and that's game. Despite the fact that we lose the lead hard as heck against Zangoose, because Zangoose, you still technically lose against Zangoose because Zangoose is able to get the Night Slash so quickly, and all we have to do is wing attack down for the victory against that Hypno. I don't know why our opponent did not choose to shield, but you know what? When you choose violence, everything happens for you, and we chose violence on this day. We've spent time training in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. For those of you who know that's a Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball Super reference, and out we come with expert energy management for the W. Speaking of energy management, I'm gonna have to manage my energy because, you know, I'm really hungry right now. We talked about chicken not too long ago, so I'm like, man, I have to have dinner. And chicken sounds really good. As you see, we're going to send in our Talonflame against this Noctowl. I'm not going to shield. Actually, I think I should. Yeah, I don't shield the first one because Sky Attack, I should be able to live it. And then I'm going to fire Brave Bird. If our opponent doesn't shield, they die. If they shield, they live. So it's like, you know, Rocky 6. Or no, not Rocky 6, Rocky 1. If he dies, he dies. And as you see, they chose life. And we're going to send in our own Noctowl for the mirror here. And they stay in, which is actually pretty great because you can comfortably eat a Sky Attack from Noctowl because Noctowl's so bulky. Sky Attack goes off, as you see here, and then we're gonna, I expect a switch, so I'm like doubling up, but they don't switch out, so I'm gonna fire off the Sky Attack right away. The idea is we're gonna do chip damage or break shields, and then I want Staraptor to farm. I'm able to get an extra wing attack through, so I'm gonna shield here. So just to maintain, because I should be able to wing attack down unless my opponent elects to switch out. As you see here, my opponent does not switch out. They make a terrible mistake, and they are going to get farmed down. And the reason they did it is because we got a Lurantis in the back. And I'm like, oh my god, this is great. Because when you're running Triple Flyer, you love Lurantis. Because Lurantis has nothing against me right now. These Fury Cutters aren't chunky at all. And then I can comfortably eat whatever you throw at me. I'm going to shield though because I'm almost at a wing attack. I'm at a Sky Attack, and my opponent elects to swap. And that don't ask me why I Shadow Ball because that's a freaking Pyroar. I Shadow Ball. I should have just went for the freaking Sky Attack. I don't know what I was thinking, but then I should be able to get to a close combat here. And because Lurantis is, even though this is a -2. Fury Cutter with Lurantis and you don't get stabbed, I should be able to live to get to another close combat. So as you see here, I'm just frantically trying to fire a second close combat. I should get there unless they blow their energy. And as you see here, we're able to get to a second close combat. This should KO, and that's GG's. That was a really freaking sweaty battle. Oh my god. Because if it was anything but a Lurantis in the back, it would have been that would have been a very dicey matchup. But we're able to get the W, and then we still got one more. So as you see, this budget team is still really freaking good. You want to save money in the bank. You do not want to go to Family Mart in Japan and spend all your money on snacks and foods and drinks. And yes, Family Mart in Japan is amazing. For those of you that have traveled to Japan, Family Mart is basically like 7-Eleven, but they got so much food. You can have lunch there and you can be happy. Unlike in the United States where you go to 7-Eleven, all their food is crap, or at least most of it. Some of them ain't bad, but most of it's crap. As you see, we got a Castform, and the reason why Castform is terrible for our lead at Talonflame and we lose leads because Rock Blast does, our Rock Weather Ball does double super effective against Talonflame and will likely KO in one shot even though it's resisted. I mean, likely KO in one shot even though, like, you know, like it doesn't get stabbed. So we send in Noctowl, and as you see, we get Noctowl into Togetic. And Togetic has Aerial Ace and Extra Sensory, I believe. I think that's its move. So what we're going to do is we're going to see Aerial Aces to Oblivion. I might be able to get to a second Sky Attack. That or this Togetic is going to farm me. And it happens to get the farm, which is terrible. Now we're going to send in Talonflame. The reason we're sending in Talonflame here is because we get farm and we want it to sponge all this damage because we need our shields for Rock Weather Ball. So as you see here, I'm going to Fire Spin down. Hopefully we can get to another move and we could break the second shield from this Castform. So I'm going straight for the Brave Bird as you see here, and I managed to get to a Flame Charge. I'm firing the Flame Charge because I want this Castform to basically either grab a shield or let it through, and they happen to let it through, and I'm like, okay. I'm going to shield one, and my idea is I'm going to Fire Spin down. So even if they walk Weather Ball me twice, I will shield both, and then my idea is to Fire Spin down and take out whatever's in the back. I should get enough energy for another Brave Bird here, and I do. I managed to get the Brave Bird. This should either KO or they will shield this. Then I can send in Staraptor. Staraptor has a shield. It can lift anything this Quilava throws at us, and then I should be able to double close combat here. As you see here, they fire the move, and we're going to shield. And then I'm going to actually fire this first, because the reason being is because I don't want to eat, those embers are chunking. So I'm going to get a little more energy, but because Hex is double resisted, and the fact this is just really good energy management and awareness as far as typing goes, Ghost is double resisted by normal. So even though we're at -2 here, I should be able to get to a second close combat, and I do, and that's GG's. Really sweaty battle. As you see, this budget team triple flyer works really well. So if you want to participate in Catch Cup, but you don't want to spend a lot of Stardust, got some good energy management, got a lot of confidence in yourself, this team can work for you for the Catch Cup and get you some Stardust back. I hope y'all enjoys those battles. That's GG's. The Staraptor is a lot riskier than I thought because it's not super bulky, but it does have a great moveset, but a very risky moveset. As you see here, you're going to have to be a little fancy when it comes to Brave Bird or Close Combat because you do get -2 when it comes to defense. But if you're able to pull it off and use, like, take advantage of, like, resistances like I did in the Shoutcast, you can get a lot of dubs and you can get your Stardust back pretty easily with this team. And Starly, Fletchner, and Hoot Hoot are all spawning right now. So go out. So they, like, I literally, like, from my living room, like, I have like 5 spawns and one of them spawned for each. So again, spawning right now. This is a cheap team. Hopefully can get you some dubs in the Catch Cup and get you your Stardust back if you really don't want to play Open Ultra League, because there's a lot of XLs running around in Open Ultra League right now. Do me a huge favor, please like and subscribe. It's totally free. As you see on the bottom right, you can easily subscribe by using that little box at the bottom right down there. That's the sub tab. I really appreciate my current subscribers. Y'all are absolutely awesome. Please like, subscribe, and also comment for this channels for the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate my current subscribers. Twitch, all of y'all that come up on Twitch, all y'all that comment on YouTube or just come out and watch, and I appreciate you, all the support. I really do appreciate all of y'all. And hopefully this video does help you save some Stardusts and get a hella dubs. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.